So every year, a lot of times, Lake Eagle will designate a squadron to go to TLP. So this particular time, obviously, the 492nd's here. We have other nations here, so we're currently playing with the Italians, which have brought their GR4s. We have the Greeks, who have brought their F-16s. Obviously, we have our F-15s here, and there's a couple other different types of aircraft. Why is that important? Well, our pilots get their best training in a thing called dissimilar aircraft.
F-15Es, we usually train with each other, so we'll BFM against each other, we'll fight against each other, and the other aircraft who are out there will be repping some sort of red rep. But here, you're fighting against Rafaels, you're fighting against F-18s, and that's why it's incredibly important for things like this, is because we all have different tactics, we have different ways of solving different problems, different problem sets. And so when you have different nations working together, we kind of see how we each approach a different problem.
The way that this program is designed over a 3-week period is that we have our 6 pilots going through it, and they will literally set themselves up almost every mission for pre-mission. So they're pre-briefing, they come in probably 4 hours prior to their flight, they're sitting with all their allied partners, they're literally going through mission cards, they're talking about weapons capability, they're talking about target dynamicking, looking at things down their scope, trying to make sure that if it's going to be a hostile target or if it's a friendly target. And then they kind of look to the different circumstances as to how they are going to formulate a plan together in the pre-brief. They execute it in the actual mission in the air, and then they come back and they actually do probably what is maybe a 4 to 6 hour brief afterwards, talking about how it went, what went right, what went wrong. And the thing that's been set up specifically going into the mission is what they call a DLO, which is a designated learning objective, a DLO. And so the idea is that they said, okay, today we're going to set the parameters of that as a target, and we need to take out that target. Well, that specific target can't be taken out because it's protected by 4 SAMs. Well, how are you going to get to that target with the 4 SAMs up? Well, you're going to need these aircraft to take out those 4 SAMs before we can drive one aircraft to the target. And they go through that whole mission training to just find that one objective to be accomplished. And you could do that as a U.S. Air Force asset on your own, but when you're in a NATO nation like this or a NATO ally like this, you're going to want to try to do that with everyone involved, because again, 1, the training is there, but 2, hopefully in circumstances like this in the world that we live in now, is that you're not going to want to do it on your own. You're going to want to bring your allied partners in on board.